But what I can say without a shadow of a doubt, why there might have been indiscretions, whether it's in relation to policies or in our aggressive approach to empower and so on and so forth. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I am not aware that any illegal act took place in my government.
We're now entering a very challenging period in our history, economically and socially. As your humble servant, let me be the one to admit that in our quest for rapid growth, mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made.
I want you to share with the Bahamian people who watching, because you know we didn't have the hardest show, Lincoln. The most rated show on cable TV, you know it like 3 times as much now.
Number 1.
We got the man on the show today. Tell us how you met or what happened the first time when you met your beautiful wife. We want to know that.
I think for the betterment of the country with everything that he's going through, I think it's best to kind of step down and take a step back. Step down and take a step back.
Step down and take a step back.
You still think she's beautiful? Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that a revolution is coming. A revolution is coming. Hundreds of years ago, Napoleon was overthrown. He was put on a little island in a little prison. A short time later, he showed up on the mainland of France, marching with his troops back to Paris. His troops embraced him, and he returned to power. Is that going to be the story of Mr. Michael Missick, or is he going to wither like a flower, crushed by the trampling superpowers, elephants in the fields? Mr. Michael Missick, are you coming back?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to part 2 of this story.
Stay tuned.
And you've been watching Controversy TV live like you've never seen it before. I just want to drop this in before I go. I am actually a bit shaky because here it is, our neighbor, their rights were removed and they were placed back into colonialism. Can this happen to the Bahamas? We claim to have independence, but can the British come back? We still got the Queen statue in our square. We still do a lot of stuff that the English and the British do. We still wear the wigs. We still do so many stuff. Can our rights be taken away? Can we be shackled like the citizens of the Turks and Caicos? This is something to think about.
Utah, let me answer that for you. A lawyer is sitting next to me, so he could probably help with that. But according to our Constitution, in Section 71, it says the Queen is the sovereign head of state. The Queen is the sovereign head of state. We're independent, but the Queen is the sovereign head of state.
Your Constitution, like our Constitution, is an order, is an act of UK Parliament.
Yes.
Now, it is probably inconceivable that would happen.
Nothing is inconceivable now.
Well, that's true. But it's an act of UK Parliament.
And people don't know what that means. That means that by an act of Parliament they gave us independence, and by act of Parliament they can take our independence back.
Wow.
Just by
at any time.
Just by act of Parliament they gave us self-internal government. By act of Parliament they took it back.
So this is the time that we need to be our brother's keeper, and we need to love our neighbor like ourselves.
If we were independent, why do we have crown land? And why did they put in Section 71, that's the exact middle of the Constitution, that the Queen is a sovereign head of state? Shouldn't the Constitution start by telling you who's in charge? It's almost like they were trying to hide something from us.
Hoodwink.
In the middle of the Constitution, they're going to tell you who's in charge? It doesn't make sense. Are we really independent, or is that just a word they use for giving us a form of local government?
Wow. It's been fun, Mr. Missick. I enjoyed. Wow. We gotta hang out sometime. I don't want to just sit down. You gotta take me. We gotta go to Hollywood and walk the red carpet, man.
Look here, man. I trying to stay focused. I got too much to lose. Ain't no woman bringing me down. Y'all go hang out.
You know. Wow. Good.
Yeah, you are very welcome, and you're welcome to be here anytime. And I think me and Utah,
I can get a T-shirt. I survived Controversy TV.
and you'll be the first politician to survive Controversy TV unscathed. And you're the only one who has had a commission inquiry on them, who has been on this show.
Wow.
But you survived.
Yes, I survived. I'm a survivor.
Wow. So maybe he is not corrupt, but we shall see.
Well, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right.
We're now entering a very challenging period in our history, economically and socially. As your humble servant, let me be the one to admit that in our quest for rapid growth, mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made.
Mistakes have been made.